Welcome back. Timmy Tayo here with no fringe, just facts financial information. Join me in congratulating the state of Utah, who on March 25th, 2011 became the first state in recent times to reclaim its constitutional right to accept gold and silver coins as legal tender. Now, the new law, which took effect on May 7th, is not perfect because it only accepts U.S. government-issued coins at their face value. And obviously, you would have to be both insane and on crack to pay $50 for something with a gold coin that's valued at over $1,500. But it's an important step in the right direction. It's the state of Utah standing up to the Fed and basically slapping it in the face and saying, you guys are unconstitutional, you're not federal, and you don't have any reserves. And we're not interested in playing your faith-based fiat currency games anymore. Call us crazy, but we would prefer that our money actually had value. Utah, I could not agree with you more, and hats off to you. Now, an important distinction to make, the Utah Legal Tender Act is separate and distinct from the Utah Sound Money Act, because I've noticed some confusion in the chat rooms and the blogs that I've been reading, the two terms being tossed around interchangeably, but they're actually two very different pieces of legislation. The Utah Legal Tender Act, as the new law is known, quote, recognizes gold and silver coins that are issued by the federal government as legal tender in the state and exempts the exchange of the coins from certain types of state tax liability. Now, this is different from an earlier piece of legislation known as the Sound Money Act that will also recognize gold and silver coin issued by trustworthy foreign governments, in addition to those issued by the U.S. Mint. So you're talking about your Canadian Maple Leafs, British Sovereigns, South African Cougarans, those sorts of coins. It also goes further in terms of normalizing trade in precious metals. So now, under the Utah State Tax Code, gold and silver coins are treated as a currency, not as a commodity. So they're sheltered from the 28% capital gains tax within the state, but they're still subject to it on the federal level. And what that means is that if I buy a gold coin for $100 and the price rises by $100 to $200, I've realized a capital gain of $100 because I bought the coin for $1, now it's worth $2. And in that case, I would have to pay tax of 28% or $28, and I'll only get to net $72. But under the new law, because gold and silver U.S. Mint coins are currency, not a commodity, they're not subject to any tax at all. But again, this point is moot to a certain extent because they only accept them at their face value, not at their fair market value, despite record highs. But again, it's an important step in the right direction. And the state of Utah is not alone. Minnesota, Idaho, North Carolina, and at least 9 other states are introducing similar legislation as well. And the same thing has been happening on a global scale. Through KB Gold, you can own a precious metal-backed savings account where your currency is exchanged for its equivalent in silver and gold. And the gold is no longer just for the rich. Through KB Gold, you can own gold in grams, half grams, and quarter grams. I'm holding a half gram of pure 999.9 gold. KB is the only mint in the world you can get these from. Now, KB was founded in Germany and currently operates throughout Central Europe. And there are right now, this very moment in time, over 7,000 vendors in Germany who accept these KB Gold cards as payment. So let's say you're not thrilled about what's happening in the Eurozone, Greece is making you nervous, and you don't want to hold your wealth in the form of euros, you prefer to hold silver and gold. You can take those establishments in Germany and pay for your goods and services. And if the Utah Sound Money Act passes or legislation like it, you may soon be able to spend these very KB Gold cards in the state of Utah right here in the good old US of A. Folks, what Utah is doing is big. KB Gold is real big. If you haven't already, check us out at mykbgold.us. Then if you're ready to get going, shoot me a message and I will get you everything that you need. Thanks again for joining me for No Fringe, Just Facts Financial Information. And remember, it is not gold and silver going up, it's the US dollar coming down.